guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've got like a massive restock for my website. So this is for my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk. They are all physical products. There are no digital products or anything like that, but I've got some really exciting things, different things to what I've had on there before. So it's going to drag on, or I potentially might have to do this in a couple of videos because there's a lot of things to get through. So I'm not going to kind of dwell too long on each item. So I'm just going to kind of like do a bit of a whistle stop tour. But I just always think it's nice to see things in the flesh rather than just kind of, on the website. So, yep, I'm going to start with, right, let me move these slightly out of the way. So I have got these, which are speciality paper packs, I'm calling them, or speciality printed packs. And what you get two vintage, they're all printed things. So you get two vintage book, book pages with printed images. Now, every single pack is different. So it is on a potluck basis, and I know I say this all the time, but I really do want to emphasize this, because if you don't like certain things, for instance this, unfortunately it's not really showing up brilliantly because it's against the book page. Let me put some white underneath it so you can see better. That's from my Country Cottages paper, and as you can see, it is pink. If you are not a fan of pink, or if you're not a fan of blue, or something, these are not going to be the product for you, because they are all potluck. So you will get, potentially things that you don't like. So you get two transparency printed speciality papers. So that is from my green Collage Bees papers. Doesn't that look stunning on that transparency film? Absolutely love it. You then get two vellum sheets. So this one is from my lace collection in the purples. And then this one is from my Victorian gallery. I can't tell you, I had such a blast printing all these things off. I have been printing this whole week. And yeah, it was such fun kind of revisiting older kits and things like that. And then just, putting them on the speciality papers. Then you also get two sheets of fabric. Now this fabric is... it's actually old bed sheet. It's been stuck on the full sheet labels. I'm sending it to the person who purchases these. They will be sent on the full sheet labels, okay? So when you come to use it, you just peel off the fabric from the label on the back, okay? So peel that off, and that's what your printed fabric then, becomes kind of soft, floppy fabric. So again, potluck basis, completely different. And then you also get two of these craft sheets, again, completely different, and, all completely unique. So that is the first pack. Now, I'm just going to kind of really run you through very, very quickly all the different packs, just so you get an idea and a feel for the types of things. So this one, again, you've got a couple of vellum sheets. So you've got this one. That's from my Victorian Springtime. You've got this one from the Junk Journal Basics Kit 2. You have got this one, which is rather... Oh, sorry, this is the Green Bees again. And then this one, in this particular kit, you have got these transparencies, which are individual elements that you can cut out. These are the same types of things that are in the speciality fussy cut packs. You then get the postal, my postal collection on the fabric. This one has got the lace collection printed on fabric. And then you've got a couple of the vintage book pages. Again, just quickly show you. So two different images. And then you get here some of the craft paper like that. Now these gorgeous big images, they would be fantastic for just folding into a journal like this. Or, I think they'd be rather nice for making kind of envelopes and things. So, yeah, if you're kind of wondering what types of things you could do with those, that's just a couple of, suggestions, really. So, that is a second set of that. So, I'll just quickly put that to one side. Like I say, this is a kind of whistle stop. So, we're going quite quickly through these, because there's a lot to get through. So, this is the third set. You've got some from my birds collection on the vellum. You've got a page here from, again, it's the Victorian Springtime. Oops, on the vellum. Sorry, trying to get it up the right way. On the vellum. Then you've got, this is a sheet from the bees, but this is in the natural colours rather than in the greens. Isn't that gorgeous on the transparency film? This is from, I think it's from the Gilded Blues kit. Isn't that beautiful on the transparency? This is a sheet from the Junk Journal Basics Kit 2. This is the printed fabric. This is the printed fabric from the William Morris. You've got your 2 sheets of the vintage book page. Oh, you've actually got 3 here. And the reason I've done this is because this was slightly skew if and a misprint. So yeah, anywhere where you've got kind of slight misprints, I'll, you know, try and put in kind of an extra sheet, but still include the misprint. Just, you know, you may like it. You may be able to work with it. And then you've got a sheet from my Paris collection and a sheet again from my Birds collection on the craft coloured card. So I love these sets so much. I think they're just really, really pretty. And obviously, you know, they're perfect for anybody who either doesn't have a printer, perhaps, or, you know, isn't perhaps confident with printing on fabric, on book page, on transparency, on all of those things. And to be honest, you know, if you would rather not have to buy a big volume of like the speciality papers, because actually they can work out pretty expensive. This is my Savile Row kit. This is my lace in the blues. We've got the vintage book page. Okay, and then transparency. Again, this is the neutral bees. Isn't that just stunning? I'm going to have to print some of these for myself because I'm now wanting to hoard all of these. The Gilded Blues. The printed fabric. Love this one. Isn't it gorgeous? The lace collection. And again, a sheet from the Birds. Oops, and the other sheet was from the French collection papers. So, you know, a super nice variety. And like I say, just, you know, ideal if you'd rather not have to buy the speciality papers, because like I say, they are quite pricey. And, you know, you may not want to have a quantity of, you know, 50 pages or whatever, because you might not feel that you would use them. That's my Gilded Blues. This is also from the Gilded Blues. They just look great on the transparency. This is the Shabby Chic collection on the vellum. This is lace on the vellum. This book page actually is a new kit that I'm kind of currently playing around with. You know, it might not be in my shop for a while, but yeah, just kind of playing with it. This is from the Birds collection. You've got the fabric from the Shabby Chic collection here. Oh, let's put it up the right way. And fabric from the French collection there. And then a couple of sheets again from one from the Birds and one from the French collection there on the craft card. So yeah, they're really, really nice, aren't they? And, you know, obviously we make a lot of videos using different things. And I just thought, you know, for anyone who perhaps, like I say, doesn't have access to a printer or doesn't want to, you know, put different paper types and fabric and things like that through their printer, you know, because not all printers can take things like that, then that's quite a good option. Right, while we are talking papers, I have got these. Now, really, really, really excited because I get a lot of requests for printed copies of my kits. I talked about this very briefly in the mass making. I can't really do them to order, I'm afraid, because it ties up your printer for a long time. And of course, you know, sometimes then, you know, you run out of paper, you run out of ink, you have misprints, you know, all these things that then, you know, what seems like a very simple, oh, can I order these particular 3 kits? It might end up taking kind of 3 weeks to actually print those 3 kits by the time that you've maybe run out of ink one time, you've got a printer problem another time, you know, you've run out of a certain paper. All these different things kind of come in. So I would rather not kind of do that and let people down. So, you know, again, these are all trial and error. These things might not prove to be popular products, but if they do, then hopefully going forward, we can stock more things like this. Now, these have not been bound yet. So obviously my lovely sister, Natalie, she is now helping out in my shop and she's doing a fantastic job. And she's coming over this morning to come and, you know, to work, you know, for a couple of days again this week. So she is going to be binding these. So at the moment they haven't been bound, but when they are, they're going to be bound in these little covers. And you get 30 sheets. Now, these are 30 sheets of presentation quality paper. It's 110, I think it is, GSM, and it is presentation paper. It's far superior to, you know, photocopy paper. You get beautiful, beautiful, beautiful quality printing. It's not obviously my very thick sort of paper, the 250 GSM, so I just want to state that this is very much paper rather than card, but it's of beautiful, beautiful quality. And again, these are going to be completely random. So they will be picked at random. So please, you know, don't order if you absolutely hate pink, because my kits tend to, you know, I love pink. So quite often they're pink, they're often colourful, you know, they will not be the papers for you. But I'm just going to give you a quick flick through. So they tend to be, I think I've contained 10 pages from different kits. So this particular pad has got 10 pages from the French collection papers. It's got 10 pages from the Pink Ladies collection. And then you've got 10 pages here from the Victorian Gallery pages there. So absolutely gorgeous. Now, like I say, these have not been bound yet. Hopefully Natalie's going to do that when she comes over this morning. When they have been bound, when you get this, when you want to tear a page out, what I would recommend is you fold in your cover right back, kind of snap it down, you know, bend it down, and then your paper will come out with a clean tear. Do not try and kind of just, you know, open it semi and pull it, because you may tear your paper. But if you fold it right the way back, you're going to be able to tear your papers out nice and easily. So that's one. I will show you this one. So this is the Myrtle Cottage papers included in this. So you've got lots of pages from the Myrtle Cottage papers. Well, 10 pages from the Myrtle Cottage. You've got 10 pages here from the William Morris papers. My favourite. Absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got 10 pages here from the blue and also the purple lace. So when I say and also, I don't mean you get 40 pages. I mean I have mixed the lace so you get a variety of the purples and the blues. Okay, so that's that one. This one here, you've got 10 pages from the Shabby Chic collection. You have got 10 pages from the Damask collection, and you've got 10 pages from the Purple Rain collection papers there. So, you know, hopefully these are, you know, really nice. I mean, I just try and put things together that I think that I would like to buy, you know, that I would like to see in a shop. So, you know, anything kind of in here is things that I think are pleasing to the eye, are pretty, and that I would love to receive myself. So this one here has got, again, pages from the lace collection, and then it's got pages from the Shabby Chic collection papers, and then this one has also got pages from, again, that Pink Lady papers. So really pretty. Oh, that's probably Natalie now, so hold on. Right, okay, so cracking on with the you know, the paper pad. So this is another one. It's got some pages from my Junk Journal Basics Kit 2 pages, and then it's got some of the damask papers like that, and then it's also got some of the Shabby Chic collection as well. So again, you know, a nice variety of papers. Then we've got this one, and this has got a selection of the French collection papers. Oh my goodness, I mean, they're so pretty, aren't they? And then it's got some of the Bird collection papers there. And then finally, it's got some of my Great Expectations pages in the front. So like I say, there's 10 pages from each of the particular kits that I've you know, used for each pad. So that's the third one, not the third one, that's however many we're up to. I've lost track now, so I do apologize. And then we've got this one, which is the final one, and we've got again some of the lace collection pages, and then we've got some of the William Morris papers in there, and then again some more from the Junk Journal Basics Kit 2. So yeah, a good selection of pages. So those are the bound paper packs. Okay, next item. So the next item, and again, these are a new product that I haven't put in there before. So we have got lace edge strips. So we've had the paper edge strips. These are lace ones. So, or not lace, fabric and lace. So if I just show you again one at a time. Now, again, these are going to be on a random potluck basis. So, you know, I will mention if things are not on a random potluck basis, but most things are. These packs contain 8 fabric edge strips. And when I'm calling them edge strips, you know, they don't have to be used as edge strips. You could use them as, you know, belly bands. You can use them as edge strips. You could cut them down and make little pieces, you know, however you want to use them. But they have all got extra embellished details. So you've got a variety of maybe ribbons and things. You've got a variety of maybe the flat back gems. Maybe some have got wax seals. This one, as you can see, has got a little tassel on it. You know, and they all are different. So you're going to get 8 of those, and then we'll just like that. So that's pack 1. Pack 2, we've got these. So that one, that one, that one, that one. I have to say that's so pretty. I just absolutely love it. My sister did make me laugh. It was her who arrived, and she's out there now binding the paper, you know, the paper pads. And yeah, she did make me laugh because I straight away said, oh, they're so pretty, it's killing me. And she said, don't tell me you want to keep them. So yes, already she's cottoned on to the fact that I do like to hoard things, and it's all a struggle to part with any of these things. So this one in particular, I really love it. It's kind of a struggle to get rid of it. This one I really love. So yeah, hard to get rid of that. So yeah, she, I think, thinks I'm crazy and is like, what is wrong with you? Why are you wanting to hoard these things? But hey, I'm sure that all of you understand, being fellow junk journalists, that it's hard to get rid of anything, to be honest. So that's the second set. And then the third, whoops, the third pack is this one here. So again, 1, 2, this one, and then this one, that one, that one, and that one. Again, yes, this is my favourite in this particular pack, and yeah, you guessed it, I'm struggling to get rid of that. Honestly, to the point that, you know, sometimes I've had to actually stop the video and take an item out, you know, not today, well, not so far anyway, but yeah, sometimes I've had to stop the video and thought, you know, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Why am I parting with that? And had to take things out and swap them with something else. I mean, do you think that that's a problem? Or do you understand where I'm coming from? So that's the lace, or the fabric decorative edge strips. The next item is I've got this beautiful butterfly snippet roll. Now, I have had a few of these similar in my shop on the website over the last couple of weeks. They have been similar, but this one is different. So the similar ones had the colourless butterflies. This one has got these gorgeous green ones. And I've done this just in the greens and lavender colours. Isn't it so pretty? So you get approximately a 50 centimetre length of this, and yep, it's got obviously a selection of these, you know, gorgeous butterflies and flowers and things like that. Yeah, they're all different. They are at the moment not on a potluck basis, so it's the one that you see, you know, in the photo is the one that you get, but they may change as I kind of make more, because they may become too different to actually, you know, list, if you see what I mean, or to, you know, to say potluck. So yeah, there's that one. So absolutely love that. So that's a, you know, the only one of those at the moment. I then have got a couple of the ring bound journal covers. So again, I have had ring bound journal covers in there, and these are a couple more. So what these ones are is, I'm trying to think what the base of these was. Right, the base of these were some vintage book covers, but flexible book covers. So they're not hardback, these ones. I've covered them obviously with fabric, and I've also covered the, what would be the insides, with some vintage sheet music for this one. This is the back cover. So obviously you would punch your holes in here, and they would be then your ring bound journal covers. And this is the front cover for this one. So again, super, super pretty. And again, it's in those beautiful lavenders and this lovely colour green. So yeah, really lovely. Then I have got this one, which again, this was a vintage book page. And again, it's a flexible one. It's not, you know, it's not a rigid hard cover. It's a flexible cover. The insides have been covered this time with vintage book page, so not sheet music. Now, as you can see, it's kind of scrappy around the edges. That doesn't bother me, but I do want to point things like this out, because if this does bother you and you don't like this, you know, messy edge, again, this might not be the product for you. But I actually quite like all this sort of look. And to be honest, if this were mine, I would probably be covering all of this up with lace and things like that anyway. So this is kind of a suggested back, you know, back cover. This obviously is the front cover, heavily embellished with lots of lace. It was covered with book page. Then this fabric went over. then on the front cover, lots of lace. On the back cover, obviously just this strip of lace, and then all these decorative elements. So again, super, super pretty. And again, you know, up to you how you used this back cover, whether you wanted it, you know, the lace on the inside or the outer edge. But you would put them like that, and you would just punch your holes for your ring bound journal, if you see what I mean. So yeah, really, really love those. Okay, next item. So, right. Next item is some more of my lace clusters. So these are not, you know, a first. These are a repeat item, which, touch wood, you know, seem to be quite well received. So, you know, I've obviously put some more in. So you will receive 10 lace clusters. Again, these are a potluck basis, and, you know, as with the other items, they are all different. So, you know, it's just worth mentioning, and I know that I keep re-emphasising the same points, but I can't emphasise enough, you know, if you do not like certain things, you know, if you didn't like, say, flowers, if you didn't like pink, you know, if you didn't like, I don't know, wax seals or whatever, you know, this might not be to your liking, because they are completely random selections. They are going to, chances are, have some pink items. They're going to have some wax seals. They, you know, they're going to be, you know, quite girly, to be honest. So yeah, kind of, it's worth bearing that in mind if you wanted any of these. Now, these lace clusters, if you're wondering what you would use these for, I mean, I've used lace clusters with all sorts of things. You could put them on the cover. I'm just going to pull one in, actually. So on this particular cover, I've used one just up here. So just to kind of give you an example, I'll just pull one back out. I'm not saying that this would look great on here, but actually it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, I mean, you put that down. I mean, I've just plonked that on there, but it looks great, doesn't it? That's a different one. Obviously, again, you know, just place them around. You could place them on pages. So, I mean, if this were a page in a journal, you could just have it on a corner. You could use them as tabs. You could put them on tags. You know, they could be used anywhere, to be honest. So, you know, yeah, quite a kind of flexible item. So this is another pack of the lace clusters, and yeah, like I say, all completely different, and, you know, hopefully a good kind of variety, and, you know, lots of options and different colours. You know, I mean, here you've got a red one, for example. You know, so yeah, I mean, hopefully there'd be lots of pretty ones, and even if you've got one or two that perhaps were not your style, there would hopefully be other ones in there that would make up for it and would be your style. So the last, oh no, this is a completely different product. So let me quickly go and grab some more of these, and then I'm going to show you these. So hold on. Right, yes, super excited about these ones. So these are a new product, have not done these before, but hopefully you will, you know, you will think they're really pretty and kind of really like them. So these are a random ribbon selection of embellishments. So you'll get 10 random ribbon embellishments, including one of my little jabos there. You've got these gorgeous scrappy clusters with gems and things, or wax seals. You've got a couple of the ribbon banners. You'll have a couple of ribbon paper clips and a couple of just ribbon banners. And, you know, again, just to kind of demonstrate, if you were using these, you know, if you just had a blank journal page or a decorated journal page, I guess, you know, you'd just glue your banner at the top of the page. So I just put a little bit of glue up there and just pop that onto the page like that. Exactly the same with this one, just pop it on. Or, you know, this one obviously being a smaller one, I would maybe even put that on the edge of a page, and it would be, you know, poking out at the edge of the page. Obviously these, you know, we've used these lots of times before. You've got these, which these are not my idea. They were Jenfer from A Trace of Sparkle. I was trying to think where I'd seen them. I have got a video making these that will come up in the next few weeks. But yeah, these are really pretty, and you could use these maybe on a belly band or something like that, or on a tag. Obviously paper clips, so, you know, you could use them anywhere. You're going to get a little bow. So again, you could just, you know, glue that onto a page. And of course the jabot, like I say, so you could obviously put that on a cover, or, you know, I tend to use the jabos for covers, I'll be honest, because they're quite bulky, you know, they've got quite a bit of bulk. So I haven't used a jabot, I don't think, anywhere other than a cover. But, you know, again, obviously it's kind of like personal choice where you would use these items. So that's one. Going to show you, because, you know, they are all different. So as with everything, that I'm showing, they're generally on a potluck basis. All the packs are different. You know, I can't guarantee obviously what pack you're going to get. Don't know, you know, what colours you're going to get or anything like that, but you're going to get, you know, these or similar items. So for this one, you've got, oh, sorry, actually for this one, you've put an extra in there by mistake. So I'm going to take this one out. So you've got 2 banners, 2 paper clips, 2 of these scrappy ribbon embellishments. You've got your bow and your jabot. Oh my goodness. Yes, you guessed it. I was trying to hoard that. What is wrong with me? My sister, she sat out on the landing doing the binding, and she's probably listening to me filming this thinking, oh my goodness. Are you thinking that, Natalie?
I'm thinking how you can't fit any more in your craft room.
If you didn't hear that, she said, I'm thinking how you can't fit any more in your craft room. Yeah, she's thinking, oh my goodness, she can't hoard anymore because where would she keep it? So, yeah. I'm going to show her that green one in a minute, and then, you know, maybe she'll see why I was wanting to hoard it, why it was just so tempting. Yeah, she probably won't, to be honest. I don't think she's she's laughing. She's not converted over to the dark side quite that much yet. Right, so this one, again, you've got a couple of ribbon paper clips. You've got a couple of these little ribbon, like rosette things that we've made before. You've got a couple of banners. Couple of these scrappy embellishments again. Oh my goodness, how hard are they to part with? They're so nice, aren't they? And then you've got that jabot. Oh my gosh, I mean, doesn't that look like it's stepped out of Cinderella? Oh, just love it. I just said to her when I grabbed the bags to come in and film, I said, oh, you're going to love these packs. I didn't show her yet, so yeah, I will be boring her with these in a minute and saying, oh, look at these, look at these. Obviously, she's not converted to a crafter as yet, you know, but hey, still plenty of time. I'm sure she will. But yeah, so at the moment, she probably is just thinking, oh, gosh, you know, how can you be so all over these, you know, these crafty things? But yeah, they are so pretty, aren't they? Right, okay, so this pack, you've got, again, a couple of banners. So these ones, again, you could pop this little one off the page. I quite like having, you know, the little ones. They're, you know, quite versatile, I think. You've got a couple of the, you know, what I would describe as like the rosettes. Absolutely love those. You've got a couple of paper clips, a couple of the scrappy ribbon embellishments, a little bow, and that jabot. Oh, how lovely does that blue look with the purple? Oh, just love it, honestly. So pretty, isn't it? So, yeah, that's that pack. So, I mean, I really hope you love these. I just, you know, as with those paper pads, I've tried to put products together that I think, well, I would be happy to buy that. I would be happy to receive that. You know, if I received these things through the post, I would feel thrilled to bits looking through them. So, hopefully you guys feel the same. Okay, final pack of the ribbons. So we've got a couple of paper clips. We've got, again, a couple of the banners, a couple of the little rosettes, a little bow, a couple of the scrappy kind of ribbon pieces, and a beautiful jabot again there. So, yeah, they're just so pretty, aren't they? Yes, really, really, really love these packs. And, you know, and I don't know about you, but I mean, I do really buy a lot of ribbons, you know, and I'm always drawn to ribbons. If I go in, I don't know, the range, you know, I'm always there looking at the ribbons. And, you know, just sometimes I struggle to find what to do with them or to, you know, decide what to do with them. So hopefully you think these are some really pretty kind of ways to use your ribbons. Right, the next ones, so these are the paper fillers. Now, again, we have had these in the shop before, so these are a repeat product. So what you get, I'm going to just show you the, you know, what I would call the boring parts first. So you get 5, like, replica vintage postcards, or, you know, replica vintage postcards. So that's those. And then you get a selection of handmade kind of vintage items. Now, I'm calling these packs paper fillers. I called the last one the paper fillers as well. And yeah, you get, so for this one, you've got this gorgeous little envelope. Now, this has got a little selection of bits and bobs inside. So you've just got a few little pieces inside, all contained neatly in that envelope, and that just goes like that. Okay, decorated on the front. Then you've got one of those pockets. This is one of those Rachel from Roxy Creations, one of her pockets that she did in her weekly challenge. All paper items except for these envelopes, which are sort of card. But these are all paper items, which is why the packs are called paper fillers. You've got this one, which is a little Matchbox book. Again, it's from coffee dyed paper. That's actually in my William Morris papers. But again, it is paper. So they are not kind of on cardstock. They are on paper. Oops, can't now pop that in. Oh my goodness, what's going on with me? Right, there we go. Again, it's all nicely decorated and embellished. Then I've got these little envelopes. Oops, sorry, got hot glue threads around there. Now, these are again made from paper, and I've just used one of those little, oh gosh, what would you call that? I don't know, like a little tie thing, like with the ones from the Roxy Creations. And then inside the envelopes, I've just put a selection of little paper items kind of contained within there. So clearly this could not be glued into a journal because you wouldn't be able to open it. But that being said, you could always take this off and, you know, use it in a different way. Then I've got this, which I have got a tutorial coming up for these. Again, it will be in the next few weeks. But this is using my botanical papers. So gorgeous flat back gem on there. And again, it opens up and you've got then just a couple of little paper items tucked into there. So it's like almost a little wallet type piece. So that's that one. And as with the other things, these are on a potluck basis. I think that's that one. Okay, next one. Now, for some reason, this one's very heavy. Right, again, just going to kind of like whiz you through. So we've got 5 of the replica postcards. Again, you've got one of those little envelopes. Got some stuff inside. Popped into there. Oops. Oh, come on. Like that. Okie dokie. Oh, come on. Like that. This again, another one of those Rachel from Roxy Creations, one of her little pockets. I'm not going to show you in detail because we're kind of obviously, you know, it's a long video. But stuffed with all different bits and pieces. We've got another one of those little wallets. Again, it's got some little paper bits inside. Now, this one has actually got a tear in it. That's from the coffee dyeing process, you know, and the ironing and what have you. It's, yeah, it is what it is. Again, that doesn't bother me. I think it's a journal and it all adds to it. But I do want to point that out because obviously if you don't like things with defects or, you know, little torn bits, that might not be kind of acceptable for you. And obviously, you know, I can't guarantee which set you're going to get, so you could potentially get that. You've got a genuine piece of vintage ephemera here. This is a genuine vintage letter, and you've just got a little piece there glued on with a wax seal. These are from some new items that are coming in my shop shortly. I just need to kind of just tweak them and finish them, and then they'll be in there. So that's that. And then you've got one of those gorgeous little fold out kind of booklets. These were in them before and I just love them. It's with vellum, got the lace down the side. And again, I talked about these before, they lay really flat. So you've got a lot of journaling space in there, but they are very flat and, you know, yeah, easy to kind of like tuck into a journal. So that's that one. Okie dokie. Next one. So the next one is this one. Again, you've got 5 replica vintage postcards. And then you've got another one of those little vellum kind of booklets. You have got another one of those little wallets with, again, some more paper pieces in there. And then you've got a genuine vintage piece, again, with another one of those little pieces on there. This is a printed piece. This is from some of my invoice printables, and it's been printed onto that sort of deli paper, which, oh my goodness, this feels and looks and, yeah, it just seems so vintage. It's lovely. And then this gorgeous one here, which is just a coffee dyed doily with a vellum photograph, a ticket, and a flower on there. It's been stapled, so again, if you don't like staples, that has got a staple on it. So that is that pack there. Okay, right, a couple more of these to do, and then I've got some other quite exciting things, which again are new products, so I might have to you know, have a break and then come back to them. So you get another 5 vintage, oh, you've got 6 there, so a little bonus one there, replica vintage postcards. You've got this one, which is a little fold out, and again I just popped in some paper items into there. That's like that. Oops. Then you've got a coffee dyed doily, a ticket, and the vellum photograph. Little paper wallet here. This time you've got a little wax seal paper clip holding it closed, and inside you've got a selection of vintage items. These ones I've actually stapled together, you know, just for a kind of variation really. So yeah, I mean, hopefully you'll agree that, you know, there's quite nice variations going on in these little packs. You've got a little kind of flippy pad there with just a selection of different papers. This is my birds collection, the lace collections, and I think that's from the Great Expectations. And then you've just got one of those little vellum fold out books again. So yeah, oops, that's that packet there. So, you know, again, I've just tried to incorporate things that I think, you know, I would be chuffed to bits if I received these through the post, you know, something pretty and gorgeous to receive. So this pack here, we've got 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5 of the replica vintage postcards again. You've got some genuine vintage ephemera, and I have just put a couple of little flowers on there. You've got the coffee dyed doily. Oops, it's got some hot glue threads. Sorry about that. You've got one of those little document holder things, again with some paper items incorporated. This is from my Fantasy Doors collection. Oh my goodness, how pretty does that look? And it's just got that flat back gem, which looks gorgeous. You've got here just, this is very heavily kind of coffee dyed, and I'm not sure what I printed this on, but to be honest, it feels so lovely. Yeah, I wish I knew which paper I had used for this, because my goodness, it feels nice. It almost feels velvety, this paper, I have to say. So this is some of my London collection papers. I've just done it in a little trifold. Just put some lace down the edge and a little kind of ticket piece and wax seal. And again, that's one of those banners. So an idea there for how to use some of the banners. And then again, this is from my birds, bees and butterflies background papers, printed onto the vellum. Made that little trifold fold out thing. One of those ribbon banners there, and a couple of bits put onto the front. So, you know, another really nice little set. That all just tucks back in like that. Okay. And then this one. So this is the final one of the paper fillers. So again, you've got your 5 replica vintage postcards. Oops. Yep. 5 replica vintage postcards there. You've got some genuine vintage ephemera. Again, another one of those topper pieces, which will be going in my shop shortly as soon as I kind of get time to finish them. So that's genuine vintage letter from 1886. It's the original. This is another one of those little flippy outs. This is my birds collection papers printed onto vellum. And it's just a kind of little, you know, smallish one there. Absolutely gorgeous. Another one of those little envelopes, just folds out, and again some paper items contained in there, and that just slips onto the, I can't think what to call these, to be honest, but anyway, a little kind of slider, I suppose, like a little slidery collar type thing to hold it closed. Another one of those, Rachel from Roxy Creations, one of her pockets. So again, you've got some like nice paper items contained in there. Love how this one looks. It's my damask papers. This is from the botanical collections papers. So yep, they look really pretty. And then this is from my Vibrant Doors collection, and you've just got this kind of, again, document holder, some paper items contained within, and then it just kind of closes up like that. It's all been coffee dyed, so I mean it all feels hugely, you know, vintage and tactile and lovely. Some lace and then just a little gem in the middle. So yeah, really, really, really fun. So that's the paper items. Okay, right, on to a couple of really exciting kind of things that, you know, hopefully you guys will think these are really nice things to incorporate in the shop. So I've often in the past got requests from people, you know, why don't I sell some of the pockets that we make in the mass making? And yeah, so what I've done now, I've put together these little packs. So at the moment I've just got 4 of them. They obviously take quite a fair amount of time to make. They then take a fair amount of time to put together and all of that kind of stuff. So at the moment there's only 4 because obviously that was all I've had time, you know, to get together with. But what you will get is you will get 8 of the pockets that we make in a mass making. Now you are going to get different pockets. Again, I can't guarantee what pockets you're going to get. These are on a random potluck basis, just like some of the other things that we've talked about. So, you know, again, just want to re-emphasize, they may not be to your liking. If you do not like pink, you could potentially get this pack, which has pink. So I'm going to just kind of give you a rough overview. So this has got one of those little matchbox books. It's all printed on the gorgeous photo quality kind of paper. So the gorgeous prints. This has got one of those little pocket pieces there. Just want to point out, this has got some markings on the back of this from where it's been on my kind of messy mats, and it's picked up some glue and some coffee. You know, just want to kind of point that out because just in case that kind of bothers you. You've got a pocket here with the, you know, traditional pocket. You just glue that down on those 3 sides and use it at the top. This is one of those kind of coin envelopes, but it's a very tall one. So this is in my lace collection papers from the Purples lace collection. Now, if you didn't like this that tall, you could always cut this down and then you could use the top as a different, you know, something else. You've got a traditional pocket here from my damask collection. You've got a large tag base there. You've got one of those side loading pockets there. And then you've got just one of those top loading pockets here. So that's your 8 pockets. You then get a few of these little sheets. I have got sets of these. They are the craft paper packs sets. These I've got in my shop as complete packs where you get, I think it's 60 in a pack. But you get a handful of those, and then you get a handful of printed pieces for potential use as topper things to decorate your pockets with. Now, again, these are completely random, completely different. Well, I say completely different. They're kind of pretty much the same, but they will be slight differations from one another. So you may get a different photo, for example, and a couple of book plates and things. So, you know, all you'd need to add then to complete your pockets and decorate them up, you know, your choice. You may want to ink them. If you did, you know, you'd just ink around them. And then you could obviously add things, you know, like lace, like bling, like flowers, you know, and again, all of which I've got for sale in my shop. I've got the lace packs, the fabric, the floral trim packs and things like that. So, you know, you could then decorate your pockets up. So that's one. This is another one. Oh, and just to mention, I have printed all of these on my HP printer with my instant ink. It's gorgeous quality. It's on the high quality paper. You should be able to coffee dye these now after the printing process, you know. So I have not coffee dyed any of these, but if you wanted to, you should be able to. But I'm just going to put it out there. You may want to try a small little sample, like just a corner first, just to make sure it doesn't smudge, just in case for any reason your particular coffee brand would make it smudge or anything like that. So, and then here you've got one of those little pocket pieces. So, you know, as you can see, kind of variations on a theme, very similar kind of pockets, but, you know, possibly 1 or 2 different ones. And then again, you've got a variety of potential, you know, topper pieces there. So I'm just going to quickly flick the camera off and then I'll be back. Hold on. Okay, so the next one is this one. So again, you've got your 8 pockets. That's from the Collages, I think it is. The lace collection, again, lace collection papers. This is from the Victorian Beauties. You've got your selection of these paper pieces. We've got that from the Shabby Chic, and I think that's from the Great Expectations. A tag base, one of those pockets here. So, you know, you've got, all the pockets are different. I haven't put any repeat pockets in any one pack, if you see what I mean. And don't you just love that one? Yes, yes, you guessed it. I was trying to hoard it. What's wrong with me? And then you've got your little potential topper pieces. So, you know, and of course they are just, you know, potential toppers. They are not what you have to use. You know, you might have some lace clusters, you might have some clusters. You know, whatever you want to use, you can use. You don't have to use the pieces that I have put in here. I've just put them in here, you know, as kind of just an added extra, really. You know, and then it's up to you, obviously, how you finish them off. So that's that one. It's kind of a tight squeeze in here, but... And actually, it is worth mentioning, all of these pieces are made with A4 size journals in mind. So if you make a mini, you know, if you make mini journals generally or anything like that, these pockets would be too big. But I always make kind of generally A4 type size journals. So that's what size these pockets have had in mind when they have been made. So I just do want to point that out because, you know, I'd hate people to be disappointed. So again, this is your 8 pockets. This one is one of those fold up pockets. So again, you've got pocket there, and then your, you know, foldy flip. This is one of those, you know, again, long kind of double-sided pocket. You've got another one of those. Again, another one of those Matchbox book type pockets. A top loading, oops, top loading pocket here. Oops, it's now been glued down slightly. Oh, come on. There we go, like that. And then you've got, again, one of those large coin envelopes. And like I say, the large coin envelopes, I mean, I think they're quite nice. But if you didn't want them large, you could always cut them down smaller. You could put a thumb hole in, you know, however you wanted to use them. And then you've got a blank tag base as well. Then you've got your few craft papers. So, and then you've got, again, your potential topper pieces here. And the toppers, they're all printed on thicker, you know, that photo quality thick kind of paper. So, yeah, really, really, you know, really nice and really pretty. So that is those. So, and like I say, there's only 4 sets of those because, you know, they obviously are very time consuming to actually make the pockets. And yeah, kind of put the packs together. So that was kind of all I've had time to make. So that's those. Okay, right, the next item. So this one again, I'm quite excited about. I think it's quite a different product to anything I've ever seen before. You know, and I'm hoping that we're going to have different things on here that you maybe have never seen in a shop before. So, you know, hopefully it's going to be an exciting product to look at and to receive. So these ones here, what you will get is, these are the collage decorative strips, edge strips that everyone's kind of making at the moment. You know, they're very kind of like on trend, aren't they? Following the Tim Holtz kind of collage strips. So these are some that I have made. Now, what you will get is you will get 2 of these collage strips. Again, they will be a random 2. I cannot guarantee which 2 you're going to get. So, you know, something else to bear in mind. So 2 of these. You will then get 40 squares to make your own collage strips with. Now, I have used book page on the back. That's how I've kind of made mine. So you do not get the book page, but, you know, you could use anything. You could use book page, you could use, you know, magazine page, photo paper, whatever you wanted to use, or, you know, photocopy paper, whatever you wanted to use. But basically, you know, you're going to want to take your squares and stick them onto something. So you will get 40 little squares. Now, you should get, each pack has a combination of decorative, you know, papers like these that I'm showing you now. And hopefully you're going to get, you know, a nice selection of different papers. We've got, you know, a big variety of different papers here. Then you will get So you've got, I think it's 20 of the decorated ones. You've then got, I think it was 10 texty ones. Now, the reason I have done this was because the formula that I liked to use when I made my strips was I have done decorative papers and texty papers, if you see what I mean. So I have included the texty papers. Now, how I made mine was I often chopped the texty papers down. So for example here, I'd maybe cut that down across this line, and then you'd have, you know, just a slither like here, if you can see. I've just put a slither down here. So if you cut that there, you could have that kind of effect going on. Here again, I've just cut like a slither. So, you know, up to you how you use these, up to you obviously how you would use your, you know, make your collage strips. Of course, you know, completely your project, and how you want to make it is fine. But I'm just kind of showing, you know, some variations that I found worked quite nicely. So you've got, I think it's 10 of the texty ones, 20 of the, you know, the decorative papers. And all the packs are different again, but they may contain some of the same, if you see what I mean. So this pack here, I can see straight away, you've got some different papers there, but it may contain some of the same. So I'm just putting that out there for just in case you ordered a couple of sets of these, you may get overlaps of similar papers. And then you get 10 what I would call like focal point images. And these are going to be a combination of images from some of my kits. So these are, for instance, the Victorian Beauties. You've got a couple of images from my Victorian photo sets. And then in this particular kit, you've got a couple of pictures from a vintage book of bird images. So all the packs are different, but you may contain some of the same images. Obviously not any of the book images because they're, you know, they're one-off items. But things like, you know, any of the background papers, you may get similar or, you know, repeats of those. Same with the text, you may get similar. And the same with these, you may get similar or the same. You know, this lady, for example, she may be in more than one set. So I just want to kind of emphasize that because, again, you know, I just don't want people being disappointed if they receive things and they think, oh, you know, I've got like 3 of that lady. Well, I mean, you wouldn't get 3 of her unless you ordered 3 sets, but because there should be no repeats per set, but you may get repeats if you ordered more than one. So you will get, just to recap, you will get 2 of my collage strips, the ones that I have made. You will get your collage set of 40 squares. And then in addition to that, you will get a very small embellishment pack. Now, I'm just going to show you what you get in the embellishment pack. So you will get a couple of these gorgeous flowers, which I love using. Now, I just quickly mention, I always use these by taking off this rubbishy plastic bit, pull it off, pull it out, and then you've got those flowers to use. You will get a little bit of florally trim. You will get a little bit of bling, and then some other flowers kind of randomly selected. Now, I think these actually look gorgeous on their own. I don't even think they really need embellishing. But if you wanted to, you've then got, you know, a couple of kind of selections that you can just add. So, for example, if you took that plastic piece out, you know, you could just staple that onto the side of your decorative strip. Same with the bling, you know, you could just chop a little line down and just put it somewhere on your decorative strip. Same with this, you know, cut it and just pop it on, or these, or, you know, any of the bits really. So it's just a very small kind of selection of embellishments there. Because like I say, I actually think those decorative strips look, you know, pretty lovely without anything else. But I just wanted to include something for if you wanted to kind of make yours, you know, a bit more unique and a bit more kind of your own. Obviously, if you don't use these bits for your decorative strips, then you've got them that you can obviously incorporate into other pieces. And of course, you know, once you've made your strips, if you've got leftover bits, you could also make things like, you know, paper clips or something like that. The 40 squares, I've kind of done it on a basis you should get approximately 10 decorative strips, depending on obviously the size that you're making them, you know, the height. But for instance here, you know, this would give you 10 decorative strips that you could make from this pack. So, you know, again, I'm kind of thinking like value for money and kind of, you know, the the amount of pieces that you could make, the amount of enjoyment that you would get, you know, that's 10 strips that you would be able to make, which I think is quite nice. And, you know, it would be a whole kind of, you know, afternoon or maybe a day's worth of craft in there, you know, that you could get from these little packs. So, yeah, hope that you like them. I'm not going to kind of show you them all because, like I say, they're pretty similar. And they're just kind of obviously the 40 squares and the embellishment packs. But they are a sort of trial product to see how they go and whether they are well received or not. So that is those. Now I'm just going to quickly show you a couple of other things and then I think we're done. So hold on. Right, okay. So last item is just to say that I have got my lace packs back available in my shop. Now, Natalie very cleverly suggested, you know, putting kind of maybe like some brights and some pales into a pack. So again, we're trialing these. You know, if you would prefer kind of like all brights or all pales, we will try and factor that in next time, and maybe we'd do 2 different listings. So like a bright packs of lace and a pale packs of lace. We'll kind of see how they go. But the lace packs, yeah, there's some of those available. There's also obviously the floral trim packs. They are available. We've got the scrap pack bundles. They're also available. And then I've also got some stamp packs available. I have got these ones with the postmarks. I have got this one, and I'm just selecting a couple that I have been using lately. I'm really enjoying these ones here with these kind of faux, you know, postcard. So they are all kind of listed in the shop as well. We have got these gorgeous postal stamps or postage stamps. They are also in the shop. I think we've also got some more of the dragonfly stamps. Can you think of anything else, Natalie, that I've forgotten that's kind of in there?
No, I can't think of anything else.
No. So, yeah, anyway, lots and lots of, you know, really fun things gone in there this week. So I really hope that you like the restock. We've worked really hard and, you know, massive thank you to Natalie for obviously all her hard work. Really appreciate that, Natalie. And then also thank you to everybody who's already placed an order. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support, and, you know, it makes it so worth it. And it's just so lovely to see people really enjoying kind of what's, you know, what's being put in there. Oh, one final thing that I did forget to mention is the transparencies and the vellums. We also have got some of those, like the die cut packs, but they are in the transparency and the vellum. So they are speciality paper, like fussy cut die cut pack. There's also some more of those in there, which they are very, very fun as well. So, yeah, anyway, I hope that you like everything. And, yep, thank you so much for watching. I know it was a long video. And, yeah, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, then. Bye.